Welcome, everyone. And if you'll remember, here's my favorite event.
Well, you've actually come
Oh,
around
I
to.
have. I bought it, AVX, and I reread it, and it's a masterpiece compared to what Age of Ultron was.
Yeah, I
So,
remember. I remember you raging about, Avengers versus X-Men, but post Age of Ultron, now it's looking pretty good. And considering we're getting a brand new, shiny What If written by, comic book cast, one of our favorite writers, Jimmy Palmiotti,
uh-huh.
the guy who's been giving us awesome Batwing and awesome All-Star Western.
Yes, he has. So, as we dive into this, we go straight to the Guardians of the Galaxy.
It's almost as if they have a new movie coming out soon, and they want to make sure that they get lots of play in the comics.
And they die.
They die, and they die brutally. I love it when writers take full advantage of what ifs, and I've been following Palmiotti on Twitter, and he's like, hey, if I kill your favorite character, I'm sorry.
Right.
And they start off with a bang. They kill the Guardians of the
So,
Galaxy.
here's my thing. That's Star-Lord.
Yeah.
This takes place before Marvel Now.
Yes.
That can't happen.
It's a what if.
But no. They didn't exist. As the
Um,
formation of the team happens during Marvel Now. This team
uh,
didn't exist right here.
a wizard did it. A space wizard did it.
Which we go to the next part where we see they're all in. I'm gonna just call. Okay, so they're in the Shield helicarrier type of dealio.
Right.
Where we see the next issue of continuity where Nova is there, the kid Nova who only debuts in Marvel Now after this event again.
Again, it's a what if. I don't think we're supposed to think about it that much. They're trying to tie it into what's happening in Marvel now. And
Uh,
and they're fudging the details a little bit. Again,
uh,
again, you know what? They wrote this for someone like me who wasn't really into, the whole Marvel goings on pre-Marvel now. And so they don't want to
sure.
confuse anyone further. And we're going to see a couple more minor continuity hiccups as this goes
Well,
on.
as it goes on, I got to draw comparisons to AVX, where
Of course.
essentially we had Cyclops teaching Hope. And it wasn't more teaching, it was like, do what I tell you to, do what I tell you to. But in
Mhm.
this, we flip it to my main man, Magneto, and he's literally taken on like a father figure to her.
Very much so. He's almost doing the Yoda on Dagobah thing, and
Oh,
Hope
yeah.
is his Luke, where there is no do or there is no try, there is only do.
Right. And during the next couple pages, we also see some more continuity problems with Ant-Man being there. Hawkeye looks just like how he does currently in the Avengers look.
Uh,
Uh,
I,
I don't know.
Again, there's orbital wobble. Time is in flux, and things have
Yeah, we'll
changed.
blame this on what happened. So,
It's a wizard.
exactly. So, we get the dialogue here is pretty decent. I mean, they have to kind of rush through it, obviously.
Yeah, they're trying to condense how many issues was AV versus or AV?
12?
Yeah, they're trying to condense like 12 issues into like a mini series.
Yeah. So, the base here is we go and we see, Wolverine and Namor, of course. Namor I like, Wolverine, he's everywhere, so,
They're
take.
having a big mutant willy measuring
Yep.
contest.
And,
And well,
yeah, the fight breaks out.
a fight breaks out, as it normally would.
Anything involving Wolverine is going to lead to some fighting claws, and behold, he ends up killing Storm.
Dun dun dun. And again, I have not read Avengers versus X-Men, but I can only imagine that didn't happen, did it?
No, it did not.
So time has clearly changed, and now we are headlong into the what-ifness of it all.
Right. And my favorite part is, Magneto really does what Magneto would have done in this situation.
Yeah, crushes the ship.
Right, he crushes the helicarrier with the Avengers on, and they're like, "Oh my God, what the hell are you doing?" He's like, "This means war." I'm like, "Yeah, that's Magneto. He wouldn't sit back and be like, all right, Scott, do what you will while Iron Man beats me up for an issue."
Yeah, so what you're saying is that's what he should have done.
Yeah.
I guess Palmiotti listened to the fans on this one and go, hey, you want to see something cool? There you go.
Hey, Joe, what if AVX wasn't as bad the first time around? Here it is.
Well, that would be crazy, but it would also be awesome.
Oh, well, this is awesome.
Yes, it
So
is.
we start off with the epic cover. We already see how, the things have changed from the original Phoenix 5 to what we anticipate is going to be the new ones right here.
Yep.
But never trust the cover of a comic book.
Nope,
Ever.
never ever.
So yeah, let's go into the comic where, hey, look, it's all those characters we like, such as the Vision and Nova and Black Panther.
Yep, all ready to fight the Phoenix Force, which is usually a losing battle. But hey, they're gonna try because they're heroes, and that's what they do.
Yep. But before that can go on, we go to, we're gonna keep seeing the carnage here of what the hell Magneto did, and
Yes, that badass thing he did at the end of last issue.
yeah.
And turns out they're not all dead. Turns out quite a few of them survived. And in a very nice change of pace from what we're used to, oh my god, the heroes work with each other. X-Men and Avengers work to try and save people who fell in the water. Isn't that crazy?
Imagine that. On a KV X-Men was fight for God knows why.
Yeah, fight for reasons. Here, help each other because we're heroes. Oh my god.
Even though we're disagreeing with each other, we know we're.
Yeah, we're all the good guys in this, and we're gonna act like the good guys.
Well, I don't know. There's Iron Man. He's a Republican. I don't think that's a good guy.
Oh, well. And I think this is all hit home beautifully by a scene the Falcon has before he bites. He's talking to Captain America, and he says, Captain, don't let the Avengers become just another mutant-hating mob.
Yep.
Remember the good, Captain. Remember the good before he eventually passes on. And that's a great scene for the Falcon.
That is. And you know what else is a good scene?
What?
When Namor suddenly just decides to punch, he goes underwater and starts beating the hell out of Wolverine.
Yep, that's also a good scene. Good for different reasons, but definitely a good scene.
Yep, it's someone suddenly giving it to Wolverine. It's like, you're in so many fucking comics and another goddamn movie. Someone's got to take their anger out on him.
And meanwhile, I don't have a movie, even though I'm one of the oldest comic book characters ever.
Seriously.
And then, we transition from that to, again, oh my god, more heroes talking like adults. Is this not amazing? To where, Cyclops and Iron Man are having big dick measuring contests.
It's almost like, Palmiotti's like, hey, imagine if characters weren't as bland as the first time around.
Yeah, imagine if they acted like human freaking beings for a change. And for Captain America to come in and play, hey, guys, this is bigger than us right now. We still got the Phoenix Force to deal with. We got to handle this. And really, they're kind of shifting the blame to Magneto here, saying, that this was all part of Magneto's plan. He wants the Phoenix Force for himself because he's evil and junk.
Right. So then we shifted off to the 5 that were going to encounter the Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
And, as they're going on, there's this beautiful artwork of the Phoenix on one side and Thor on the other about to meet each other in the middle.
So great. I mean, Thor has really ratcheted up his epicness since his first movie now.
Uh-huh.
Where it's just like, now you could imagine like the Lord of the Rings score in the background
right.
as he charges the Phoenix Force. So good. He doesn't win, of course, but hey.
Oh, of course he doesn't win. And then what do we see here as they're all engulfed in the flames? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they are taken over and they become the new Phoenix 5.
And behold, the Phoenix herself.
Dun, dun, dun. And this is only issue 2.
Yeah, it's pretty damn awesome. Great issue. Another great.
It's great. And you know what else is great? As soon as we open into the comic, we see shit's going down.
And we're on the moon. And I love the fact that, comics have taught me not to question why certain heroes can breathe on the moon. They just can.
They can because...
It's like Power Rangers logic. Everybody can breathe on the moon.
Exactly. So, as this is starting, we're seeing Magneto and Phoenix here. She's exchanging some nice words while heroes are getting their ass kicked by both of them, especially Nova here.
And again, I like, too, there's a lot of good, trying to talk their way out of the situation. You can tell Magneto has just, wormed his way inside Hope's head so much it's impossible. Surprisingly, the one who actually fights back against his crazy genocidal BS is actually Emma Frost, of all people.
Yeah.
Who she's like, okay, everybody, Avengers on Earth, I'm really scared now. I bit off more than I could chew on this one. I'm really frightened. Come and help me.
Oh, boy. So that happens, and then we go back to Utopia where we're looking at all the X-Men are still there. Some of the art is a little off, so I can't really identify all of them.
But it's a nice group shot.
It is, and that's when we see, Iron Man picking up Wolverine out of the water because of Namor beating the hell out of him.
Yeah, that's funny to see Wolverine so vulnerable and see him getting picked up out of the water.
Mm-hmm.
And you gotta love Tony Stark's reaction where it's like, oh hey, we got a problem going on the moon. Hey, guess what? I'm gonna launch a missile at the moon.
Yeah, and guess what happens with that missile?
It gets freaking deflected away.
Oh, of course it does.
I'm reminded so much of that scene in one of the Austin Powers movies where they're like, let's blow up the moon. Would you miss it? Would anybody miss it? Let's just blow up the moon.
Oh man, I forgot all about those movies.
I remembered. And we get an awesome bit with T'Challa, Black Panther, there, where he's like, "Oh, sorry, Iron Man. Your freaking missile didn't work, but you know what? I'm gonna try and save the day on this one."
Yeah, you can try all you want.
And he goes out, but he goes out like a champ,
He sure does.
as has most people who have died in this series so far. They go out like champs.
So, as this is going, we got Magneto, Hope, Phoenix, and Emma, and they're doing their thing. Still just kicking ass and causing destruction everywhere.
Yeah, the thing he does that gets me is Magneto starts destroying all the world's satellites to try and cripple the heroes. He basically goes after satellite TV and the internet.
When I disable your freaking smartphone, you're fucked.
Yeah, basically, I'm like, this is the most evil thing I think he's ever done, going after satellite TV.
What are tween girls gonna do when they can't upload a duck face picture in the mirror to Facebook?
Yeah, I know, right? Jeez.
God forbid.
What an evil guy.
So back on Earth, we even get to see a little bit of the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, I liked it. Were they in the original story?
I don't even remember anymore.
Maybe they were, maybe they weren't. It's cool to see them, and I like the white suits.
Oh, I love the white suits. Those are my absolute favorite.
So they're trying to help out, but it might be too late because as the comic ends, freaking Magneto and Hope coming down there and saying, hey, either join us or die.
And then we see them attack Paris and Britain.
Damn.
Boo, man. Oh. They're more or less standing above all the Avengers while they look up, and Magneto and Hope are just kind of looking badass, engulfed in the flames and energy.
And everyone's expressions are just like, oh, we are so freaking screwed.
Yeah. So as it opens up, we see, oh my god.
The planet Earth is getting fucked, but more importantly than that, we have seriously jumped ahead in time here.
Yeah.
I think it's important to note that I'm pretty sure this What If was actually supposed to be longer. I think it was supposed to be about 6 issues that they cut down to 4.
It does feel like that.
And we're really starting to see time skip around here.
Uh-huh. And, that's where we pick up, and we still got Magneto and his newly crowned disciple Phoenix.
Yeah, really. They are just messing stuff up, and, the heroes make one last heroic stand where they're like, we are all going down fighting.
Oh,
X-Men
yeah, we see freaking, this is a lot less AVX and more like A plus X versus Magneto and Phoenix.
Yeah, which I appreciate. I'm like, oh my god, the heroes are working together to defeat a greater evil. How cool is that?
And we see everybody's getting in on this. We got, Nova, Psylocke, everybody.
Psylocke and Red Hulk get vaporized. Poor Nova gets his head crushed in his own helmet.
Oh god.
And that's just a couple.
Well, let's talk about I Am Phoenix when Magneto takes it. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that this was his big plan all along. This was, his final dice roll and going, I want the power for myself.
This is pretty much like giving the most insane guy in the universe unlimited power.
Yeah, and you love Magneto too, so this is probably like your crack right
This is literally, I bought 2 of these comics. One, I mixed with my cocaine so I could understand what was happening.
Just answer this. How hard was your boner? When
I actually had to wear my Magneto helmet while reading this. It was so good. I couldn't contain myself.
Because your mind would be blown. But, from that awesome, awe-inspiring power thing to, how do they defeat Phoenix Magneto? Well, a fastball special from Hulk and Wolverine, of course.
Yep.
I mean, how else would you do it? And now, this is the point where shit gets really out there and metaphysical. Jean Grey, or what I assume is the ghost, the astral projection of Jean Grey, comes to Wolverine and is like, hey, you know what? It's okay. You can let go now, Wolverine. Come with me.
Yep.
And the comic ends with them basically establishing a new world order in the ashes of Earth. Saying, this will be the new beginning, watched over by the ghosts of the Avengers.
And they are essentially Adam and Eve.
Yep, they are mutant Adam and Eve of the future.
Okay, so honestly, I would love it, absolutely love it, if somehow this series continued another What If. What if after this happens? Because I want to see where the hell this story goes.
Yeah, me too. I'm like, this ending is too insane just to let it end here. But what happened next?
Yeah, just tell me where, how. Like, I want to know what happens.
Did they rebuild
Like,
the universe?
Yeah, if it's them doing it, and and all the children, so technically is everybody that's born after gonna be mutants? Like,
Yeah, I mean,
that's such a cool prospect.
yeah, I really want to see, the future humanity made up of half psychic redheads, half Canadians. I want to see that.
So I think it goes without saying that this was actually my favorite issue of this event.
Yeah, it's just so crazy and just so balls to the wall.
Exactly what every What If should be. They should hold nothing back. They should give you a completely they should give you a what the fuck what if moment that leaves you astonished and amazed. And this is what the comic did.
Yeah, I mean, like, writing a what if is basically a blank check for mayhem. And I mean, if you're not going to take that blank check, then what's the point?
Yeah, at this point, I literally feel like Palmiotti had a camera pointing at me. He's like, what would Armin want to see? And this is what he did.
He almost feels like he wrote it just for us, where it's like, hey guys, were you really mad at AVX? Would you like it if I just blew shit up? Well, I can do it.
Yeah, here's something better. I gave this one a 9.5, and it's not just because it's perfect or close to perfection. It's because it's what a what if should be, and I'm grading it on that scale. And for a what if, this is 9.5 on my point. Like,
I can totally agree with that. I mean, it does have its problems. It moves a little fast. There is a sheer amount of what the fuckery. But really, I mean, it delivers on what it's advertising. It is a what if.
It's a what if. It delivers everything. It leaves you asking a million questions, and it's exactly what it should be.
You know what they say, when you've done your job right, they'll leave you asking for more, and we are indeed asking for more.
Yeah, shut up and take... Palmiotti, if you hear this, I'm going to shove $20 through Twitter to your account. Just hit the accept button.
Just take our money and tell us what happened next.
Take it.